How's it going, GGTV? I've never done that before, and I'm never going to do it again. I apologize. Alright, now we're experimenting with some new video stuff, so leave a comment down below if this is something that you're into. But we're going to be trying this new game out, and it's actually a game that I've been pretty excited for a various multitude of reasons, despite being controversial. And that game is Marathon. Alright, nothing like a quick costume change to get things started. Alright, so given my casual experience playing Bungie's previous titles, Destiny's 1 and 2, over all three platforms, I wanted to take a grander look, not only at this game through the lens of a player, but a more focused lens of Bungie as a company trying to expand their portfolio. And let me tell you, I think this is lit. So Marathon, for those of you who are unaware, is an extraction shooter, and I'm not an extraction shooter person. I've dabbled in ABI and ARC and others like it, but none of it really stuck for me. And when I played the service line for this game, I found myself feeling a lot of things I have not felt in an extraction shooter before. Stress and just loads of it at a time. Not even from like other players or situations alike, but more from the environment, and coming from ARC, which has absolutely phenomenal immersion and sound design, by the way. This game is different. I'm going to spend most of this video trying to put my finger exactly on why that is and some other things. Let's start with immersion and game feel. The gunplay, probably let's just nail that one right away. By golly, is it fun to shoot some of these guns. Bungie just has the formula for a very robust combat system, and it's amazing. The gunplay feels very familiar, even for some of my buddies who have not played a Bungie game or either very much or at all. There are some differences from this game, however. The time to kill is lightning quick. Some instances, like a friend of mine, for example, died in like just full dead before he even saw the not out icon. That being said, assuming you have the skills to pay the bills, you can easily 3v1. Feels really nice when you do. There are some noises that play as you explore, creaking buildings, humming, and like nature environments doing whatever nature environments do. It all adds up to the notion that for a run at a time, you are in Tau Ceti. Now onto the lore and world building. Man, the lore. Oh boy, the lore. The trailers alone should be a TV show, but it was a letdown to see that a lot of the context is set in codex pages. Much like the Grimoire system, the codex system is kind of out of the way for a lot of players. Not as out of the way as the Grimoire system, but there's some good stuff in there that should be out for people to experience. Actions will give you missions, and as you complete them, you get pieces of the story as well. So there isn't just red lore for sure. I have to take a second to acknowledge these trailers, man. These trailers are so good. I have no idea why Bungie gatekeeps this stuff and why it's not implemented into the game just to experience. Sure, there's like logistics to it all, but I'm into whatever's going on, and naturally I want more of it. Now for the brunt of this is the controversy. Now there's a lot of cover here and not enough time for everything else, so I'm just gonna brush over a lot of pieces of it, but understand there's a lot that contributes to the public sentiment about the game right now. And public sentiment should be as valuable as gold for Bungie in the position that they're in. Games obviously take up a lot of money, time, sweat, tears, and manpower to make, and unfortunately for Bungie, that manpower was diverted from Destiny, which at the time that Marathon was announced was still going very strong. Full of hope I was those days when Final Shape was just around the corner, but this became the systematic undermining of public faith in not only Bungie as a company, but Marathon as a game. It's wild to think that folks that made Destiny a decade ago, and what most people I know would argue the golden age of Halo, would hold as little public opinion as we've seen now. And even when the game launched, I would see multitudes of people regard it as Concord 3, which at this stage I think is a little too early. No. That manpower diverted would get bigger and bigger to about where we are now. Destiny's still getting updates, but the future feels real up in the air. Many content creators have stopped making videos, and hope is really scarce in this community. And this compounded when people found out about plagiarism, obviously. Art was used without permission, and despite it being really resolved now, it contributed greatly to the spiral downwards that was the public opinion for the game. In a creative field such as gaming, I think it's just a low that no one really approaches at all and they stray away from, but alas. Then there's also like some sprinkles on top. We're just gonna rapid fire through some of these. Messy UI feedback from players, discontent with the microtransaction model, expectations being set a little too high by the community. It all adds up, but now for what I think, and what I think a lot of Marathon fans think. So about Marathon, despite all of the above, I've just had to blast with this game. I don't think it's going to be my new Destiny, however, and that's completely fine. Completely different type of game, different focus and gameplay loop. We aren't comparing apples to oranges, even if they're grown by the same farm. My point is, it's okay if Marathon isn't pulling 2 million players or even 200,000 for that matter. Bungie has a great deal of history in regards to refining these types of setbacks, if you would consider them setbacks, despite things feeling dire. Now, that statement might not age well with how Destiny is going at the moment, but I have no doubt in my mind that if people see how much Destiny means to everyone who participated in it and they want to make money, that we will get a Destiny 3. It is also okay if you don't like this kind of game. I really didn't for a while, and I think just this particular game specifically, I don't mind when it comes to the extraction shooter genre. I'm not good at it, and I won't lie, I'm very curious how they'll handle making the game feel fresh as the seasons go on, because you know, these things can get really stale really quick. Regardless though, the game feels great. Story's interesting enough to get me invested, and if anything has shown me, if there's anything to take away from this at all, is that Bungie knows what they're doing. Maybe not on preserving the IP front, but more so just capturing the fun of a game front. All right, are you excited or what, dude?
I'm pretty hyped. I want to get my first kill. I haven't got a kill yet. Anyway, I think I got an assist, maybe?
Hey, looks like you made it to the end of the video. Hope you had a good time. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And if you want to do some extracurricular stuff, we have a video up here and a video over here. Yeah. See you guys later.